Hey, what's good, everybody? This is Adnan or AD in the clutch, and just want to talk about like some more Miami Heat news regarding like a recent report happening. Like obviously we know with Joel Embiid, like him hinting that he wants to like win a championship anywhere at this point. Given like the past few years of the 76ers collapsing and failing to reach the conference finals. Now he's like trying to look at all options. And according to Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype, he's suggesting that if Joel Embiid ever does request a trade, he should, go to the Heat in exchange for Bam Adebayo, because Joel Embiid is friends with Jimmy Butler, especially given the fact that they used to be teammates, during Jimmy's short time with the Sixers. And my reaction to that, like initially, I'm like, well, I mean, that sounds amazing, to get the MVP, to the Heat. I mean, that's really awesome. But then, like, I had to look, deeper and realize, wait, hold on. Yes, you're getting the MVP, but the problem is that, like, once again, his health, I'm not questioning his skills. I'm not questioning his talents. Like, he can play really good. There's a reason why he won MVP, and he's always like regarded as one of, if not the best center in the league. At this point, arguably because of Jokic, winning the finals. But anyway, like, with that being said, it's like, he does, in the playoffs, he does come up short. Like we saw this past year and the past several years, where like, either he'll have like a really great game, dropping like a triple double, or getting like, a double double in rebounds, and scoring like 30-40 points, things like that. But then, like, the next game he'll just completely fall apart, or he'll have like an injury scare or get injured, and like, he's unavailable, and that's really concerning. And plus, like, I like Bam, like he's a great player. I'm not saying Bam is better than Joel Embiid, but like, at this point in this situation, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, if the Heat do end up trading, for Joel Embiid, including Bam Adebayo, like, what do they really have? I mean, they could be, and this is depending if they also somehow happen to get Damian Lillard. We don't know at this point. A lot of reports are saying it's most likely going to happen. It's just a matter of when, not if, because of the lack of trade offers going on, from the rest of the league. But like, let's say this does happen, like it's Jimmy Butler, Damian Lillard, and Joel Embiid. What do they have, for their bench? Because obviously for Damian Lillard, somehow most likely Tyler Hero is going to be involved, whether to Portland or to another team. And if they, so that leaves Bam. And if they trade Bam to Philly for Joel Embiid, now it's like, what assets do they have remaining? This is going to be like these three guys, a bunch of minimum guys, on contracts, possibly some aging stars, ring chasing. Arguably they could be worse off than the Suns, where they are right now. Somehow the Suns, I'm impressed with what they did this offseason, especially like, we thought they were not going to do that well, like signing anybody. But, somehow they were able to like get some really decent and fairly good players, on that team, that are still young and still capable of like contributing on a championship contender. But the Heat, if they go with all three of them, I just don't see it. And plus, I mean, Bam Adebayo, like he's been really good this past season. He's still entering his prime, and he's every season he's statistically have gotten better. This past season particularly, he's averaged 20.4 points per game, 9.2 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 0.8 blocks, 1.2 steals, shooting 54% from the field. He was the Heat's only all-star this past season. Now we all know it's because Jimmy Butler didn't play as many games, but it is what it is. And like, arguably he was the Heat's best player in the finals, because Jimmy, he had an up and down series, to be honest, but I can't fault him, because like, I think he was just gassed out, from like, all that carrying he was doing to that point. So I'm not gonna fault him for that. But anyway, like with Bam though, like I do believe he's only getting better. Like, but for him to be a center consistently, I don't know. But Joel Embiid, like I said, he has yet to reach the finals, let alone the conference finals. and you know, we don't know if he'll be like injured for the rest of the playoffs by then, or like if he'll keep shrinking. We don't know. I mean, but Bam, he has shown he is capable of, like, you know, when he needs to step up. You know, at least on the biggest stage. You know, yes, during the playoffs, you know, he'll have a game where he's on it, and then the next game he'll disappear. But like when it mattered the most, in this case the finals, he actually performed well, at least the maximum of his abilities. You know, so I do believe that this is something that, like, it sounds really good from the outside. You know, oh, you know, the Heat get Joel Embiid. You know, they get the MVP. This is going to be an amazing squad, and with Damian Lillard on top of that. But then once you look down the surface, it's like, I don't know, because, you know, like I said, you know, injury concern has come up short repeatedly in the playoffs, and you know, he's gonna be really expensive. But like I said, you know, I have nothing. You know, this is not like saying Bam is better than Joel. You know, I'm not saying like Joel's a bad player. You know, Joel, he's like one of the best in the league. You know, like I said, he's an MVP. But just given all this situation and what the Heat are trying to do, especially with Damian Lillard, it's like they're just gonna empty the Heat out completely. And if somehow they get all three of them, you know, Jimmy, Dame, and Embiid, you know, I don't know if it's how are they going to construct the rest of the roster, and like I don't know if they're going to probably be like terrible for the next 10 to 15 years. You know, sort of like the best example would probably be like the Chicago Bulls after Michael Jordan. Like after the Last Dance season, you know, the 97-98 season, to this day the Bulls have not won a championship. You know, not even, if I remember correctly, not even made the finals. You know, so it's like, you know, I just don't, I don't want that to happen for the Heat. You know, just for them to, you know, win one championship but then be trash for the next 15 years. So this is something I'd be very cautious about. I would not go that route. In my next video, I will talk about the formula and my suggestions to help out the Heat, you know, win a championship for the foreseeable future, with or without Damian Lillard. So, you know, let me know what you guys think, Heat fans, you know, or Sixers fans. You know, please let me know what you think. If Joel Embiid is serious about requesting a trade, you think it's a good idea for him to go to Miami? And for Heat fans, would you trade Bam Adebayo for Joel Embiid anyway? Why or why not? You know, please let me know down below in the comment section. I would love to talk to every single one of you guys. But yeah, please like and subscribe to this channel. I love and appreciate every single one of you. God bless you all, and talk soon.